You already know what he said. Do you know any good place to get some cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
I'm really not a big cheesecake fan.
I don't eat cheesecake.
I would say cheesecake is not my favorite ideal dessert, but
The Cheesecake Factory is my go-to spot.
Cheesecake Factory before, and I had like HEB cheesecake. So
Cheesecake Factory, but I really don't know too. I don't eat that.
Well, I feel like cheesecake is like a New York thing.
I can only think of Cheesecake Factory.
Honestly, I can't blame the locals for defining good cheesecake because cheesecake is such a niche dessert and finding really good cheesecake is really hard to find because it's at the most random spots, the most random cafes, steakhouses, bakery shops. Fortunately, I am a Houston local too. I've been living here for all my life, so I'm gonna show you some of the best cheesecake spots that's dear to my heart. First place is one of my favorite places to get cheesecake. Let's get it.
I'm Khaled Khalaf. I'm the co-owner here at the House of Pies on Kirby, which is our corporate office. Here at the House of Pies, we have over 40 varieties of pies and cakes, which is the most out of any place I've ever heard of. Apart from our pies and cakes, though, we're a full-blown restaurant. Yeah. And so a lot of people don't necessarily know that based on the name alone. And I would describe it as a comfort food, diner food, but with this vast variety of pies and cakes to choose from. And you'll leave here happy. The strawberry cheesecake is also very popular. Even though we are the House of Pies, our strawberry cheesecake is one of our top sellers. And I think it's fantastic personally. I still have not found a better strawberry cheesecake. Now, I may be biased a little bit, but I really haven't. We have our cheesecake, cream cheese, eggs, sugar, little sour cream, little vanilla extract. It's your base, obviously, and it's fresh made. I mean, when you smell the cheesecakes coming out the oven, they're fantastic. We put a little whipped cream on the edge so that we can stick our house-made special graham cracker crust on the side. And then on top, we put a mound of fresh strawberries and our homemade special strawberry glaze sauce. And then around the cheesecake, we put our fresh house-made whipped cream. So everything is made in-house. And so that's why I think the cheesecake is so good, because you can just taste the freshness. You can taste quality ingredient. It's pretty delicious.
Oh my god, some whipped cream. All right, cheers guys. Holy fuck. Dude, the crazy thing about this cheesecake, I mean, I already had this before, but every time I eat it, it's just so light. I tried making this like no bake cheesecake. I tried, Greek yogurt. It's not the same. I don't know how they do it. And I went to their kitchen today to see how they make it. And it's just so light. I don't know how they do it. 10 out of 10. You can literally eat 2 of these and not feel like shit. So the crust, I actually don't know how they made the crust, but it's not like it's a graham crust, but on the outside, they don't put butter on it. It's just graham crust. And on the bottom, the crust is very thin. So they don't put a lot of butter. I think maybe that's why it's not as thin. Of course, the cheesecake, delicious, light and airy, and the whipped cream makes it even more light and airy. The sweet and tangy strawberries is a perfect contrast to the light and airy cheesecake, and it's just heaven in your mouth. On to the next spot.
Hi, I'm Lisa Blackard. My family owns and operates the Taste of Texas restaurant on the west side of Houston. It has been in operation for 45 years. We specialize in certified Angus beef. We give absolutely the best steak for the best quality and are a very special family celebration spot. We focus on celebrations. We want to be the place where your family celebrates. So our most common celebration dessert, if you're celebrating a special occasion at the restaurant, we send a dessert to the table. And the most often ordered one is Snickers pie. So our Snickers pie is a 7.5-pound whole Snickers cheesecake. It is 5 layers. So we start with a homemade graham cracker crust. We add 2.5 pounds of our cheesecake, which is really delicious. We have a secret ingredient in our cheesecake that makes it really smooth and adds a little something. The next layer is we add 2.5 pounds of freshly grated Snickers to each pie. So we take our Snicker bars, whole Snicker bars, we freeze them and we grind them on site. We found that the pre-ground product is too compacted, so we go the extra mile and make sure that that's a good ingredient that we're using. And then on top of that, we add about 2 pounds of chocolate ganache with dark Belgian chocolate that we lighten with frangelico, which is hazelnut liqueur. Just adds really great depth of flavor and a creamy consistency to the ganache. So we let that set up in the refrigerator, and then we take it out of the pan and we turn it over and add a nice thick layer of whipped cream to the top. Garnish it, portion it, and send it out to your table. And it is absolutely delicious, but needs to be shared. It will stick to your rib.
I've been eating this pie or this cheesecake for the last 15 years. This reminds me of a Halloween cheesecake. Snickers, whipped cream, cheesecake. This cheesecake is so indulgent, so decadent, so rich. You just need one. And if you can finish this by yourself, that'll be pretty impressive. You have to come to this place to eat. At least try this, because where else can you get a Snickers pie? I know Taste of Texas is known for their steaks, their salad, but this is, it's like a dark horse. You don't expect it, but once you have it, you'll order this cake every time you come here. Next spot.
My name is Kenneth Brooks. I'm the founder and CEO of Masterpiece Desserts, and we are at the home location of Masterpiece Desserts. So we specialize in mini cheesecakes, like I was saying, because of the option to have variety, being able to pick it up without having a spoon. We eliminate portion control. The most popular flavors are ones that we call our premium flavors. So right now, it's our raspberry rosé infused with Luke Belair. We have our signature sweet potato cheesecake, which is the star of the show. And then right now we have our banana foster cheesecake that's made with a spice rum. Sweet potato is made with my grandmother's recipe for her sweet potato pie. She's from Louisiana. So it's the crust, the sweet potato filling, and then the cheesecake topping. And then I have some magic seasoning that I sprinkle on top, and that seals the deal. So that one is on top. So it's our original recipe cheesecake, and then I make the banana foster. I can give the recipe on that one. That one has brown sugar, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, spiced rum, and butter.
Oh my god.
Don't lie to me.
No, I swear. Cheesecake is like so cold when you eat it. It's very like refreshing. It has to be like super cold when you eat it. And this literally reminds me, you make us a lot for Thanksgiving, huh?
Man, like, I'm talking about line. Orders and orders, and like staying here at night, like can't go home.
That's fire.
Thank you, bro.
No, from the bottom of my heart, man.
I appreciate that. Boom. You feel me? Let me get you some napkins.
Thank you.
A celebration type of drink. It's not really like some hard liquor.
Very light.
Yeah, that one's like
light,
refreshing. Yeah. And then you coming back with the heavy on the banana foster.
I'm actually a big fan of banana foster. I don't really eat it too much.
Let's see what you think.
Delicious, man. Reminds me of like a banana pudding.
That's what somebody else said to me this week.
But more richer. It's the perfect dessert you would get like after a barbecue. You know how barbecue they have like banana cream pie?
Yeah. So that's like boom, the icing on cake afterwards.
Man, I think it's a tie between the sweet potato and the banana foster.
Sweet potato and banana foster, those are the top two.
The third is probably, I like the raspberry and I like the cinnamon toast crunch.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're both so different, but the raspberry it's almost like a palate cleanser when it comes to cheesecake.
That's why I said if you go with that one and then go back to that one.
Man, you thought about it. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Right now we are at Susie's Pastry Shop. It is a bakery where they serve traditional Middle Eastern desserts. I wish I had a chance to try all the sweets, but I came here for one thing and one thing only, and that is the baklava cheesecake. I had never heard of a baklava cheesecake until I did some extensive research. For y'all who don't know what baklava is, it is a layered pastry dessert made of phyllo pastry, which is basically a very thin dough filled with chopped nuts and sweetened with syrup or honey. And if you never had one, go get one, please. So let us see how they make the cheesecake. First, they layer the pan with phyllo dough, and I mean layers of phyllo dough. In between each layer is a syrup which contains sugar, butter, honey, vanilla, and I believe there is some rose water in there as well, which gave an aromatic scent. The cheesecake mixture is a standard cream cheese mixture, and it is filled with pistachios. The cream cheese mixture is then encased by more dough than baked, and just before baking, it is drizzled once more with that liquid gold.
Immediately off the bat, like I smell that sweetness, which is what you want in a baklava. Very aromatic. I'm very excited to try this because I love baklava plus cheesecake. All right, let's see how it is. I'm just gonna try the crust by itself and see how it is. Yeah, most of the sweetness, it actually comes from the baklava crust. So not too much sugar on the cheesecake, more sugar on the crust. And this is such a unique cake because, you know, most cheesecakes, their crust is graham cracker and butter. And this is the first time I'm having cheesecake with puff pastry as the crust.
Overall, this cake was such an experience. You know, the cheesecake mixture is a very standard cheesecake mixture. Nothing crazy about that, but it's the crust. It's that flaky, buttery, sweet, aromatic crust that is so different from any other cheesecake I ever had. Wow, that was an adventure. We explored 4 unique, incredible cheesecake, and it taught me how differently cheesecake could be made. I love to cook and bake, so seeing how these cheesecakes were made was priceless. The baklava cheesecake taught me that you can use puff pastry instead of the traditional graham cracker butter crust. Masterpiece taught me that less is more, and cheesecake should be eaten iced cold. Taste of Texas showed innovation and culinary techniques when it comes to the cheesecake, because I think when a lot of people think of Snickers cheesecake, they think of a regular cheesecake and topped off with Snickers, but they changed the whole narrative on that one. And lastly, the strawberry cheesecake showed us why classics are called a classics. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, hit that subscribe button, like the video. If not, it's all Gucci. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below what food you guys want me to explore next, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two about cheesecake. See you guys on the next one. Peace!